over the world there are mysterious doors that have been sealed shut for countless decades and for many different reasons. Now some of these we know from history what they're protecting and why, but the others we don't really have a clue. We can only guess, and they're shrouded in mystery and conspiracy, and they make us wonder what secrets lie behind them. Now of course we could open pretty much any door at any time if we really wanted to. We could just ram a bulldozer through them. But the doors in this video, it's not that they physically can't be opened, it's just that they can't be opened for very good reasons. These range from a door that requires a sacred chant to open, to another that's sealed shut in order to protect the guests at a hotel. So let's jump right in and take a look. Okay guys, so I'm just going to try pronounce this next one just once. Then after that I'm just going to refer to it as the temple, otherwise you're just going to end up laughing at me. Okay, so here goes. The gold-plated Sri Padmanabhaswamy temple is located in the Indian state of Kerala, and it dates back to the 8th century. Now underneath this temple is 6 chambers with doors that have been sealed off since shortly after the temple was built. But a few years ago the government gave permission to open 5 of the 6 chambers to discover what secrets they were holding. People were super excited for this. It was in the news, it was well documented, and it seemed like the whole world was waiting to discover what was behind those sealed doors. And when they opened them, what they discovered did not disappoint. They found piles and piles of gold and coins and jewels and statues and strange things like golden coconut shells. And in total, this huge find is estimated to be worth a jaw-dropping $1 trillion. Now as mentioned, they only breached 5 of the 6 chambers. But why? Well, many people believe the final door is protected with a curse that is said to promise a horrific end to anyone who dare open it. And people believe this and that it must be respected. Now that curse can be removed, but to remove it a Hindu monk must perform a special chant. But that is where the problem is. There is no one alive who can perform that ancient and special chant. Okay guys, I learned from one of my last videos that some people don't like mysteries that have a supernatural element about them. Some people don't believe in ghosts. If that's you, then just totally disregard this next one. Now in Banff Springs Hotel in Canada, there's a door to a room that's been sealed up because of some very strange occurrences. That room is room 873. And over the 130-year history of this hotel, a few people have checked in, but have never checked out again. Workers and guests were terrified of this particular room, and it's reported that every so often they would see ghosts of children or an old, very friendly, helpful bellman, a worker, and a veiled bride. The ghost bride dates back to the late 1920s. The story goes that on a young couple's wedding day, the bride, decked out in her wedding gown, descended one of the hotel's marble staircases and something startled her. This caused her to slip and fall and die. She was staying in room 873. Old reports of guests from room 873 say they would be pushed out of the bed in the middle of the night by an unseen force, and cleaners say strange child-sized handprints would appear on the wall. They would wash them off, but the next day they'd be there again, even though no children were staying in the room. Now the hotel owner decided enough was enough. The door to room 873 was sealed off and wallpapered over, totally removed from sight. And unfortunately, due to that, there aren't many photos of the door or the room, only the adjoining rooms and doors. And the door to room 873 will remain totally sealed and out of bounds for the foreseeable future. The Taj Mahal is known as one of the most brilliant architectural achievements from around the world, and its history only adds to its magnificence. Construction on the Taj Mahal started in 1631 by Shah Jahan, in memory of his beloved third wife Mumtaz Mahal, who died whilst giving birth to their 14th child. And it took 22 years, 22,000 workers, 1,000 elephants and 32 million rupees to finish it and see what we see today. This building was said to be built out of pure love. Apparently though, there are doors and whole floors of rooms that have been sealed off with brick and limestone and hidden away since the days of Shah Jahan. And if the Indian government maintain their firm stance, these doors will never be opened. But why? Well, it's kind of hard to say. There are numerous conspiracies, but no one really knows for sure. Some say the rooms are graves and that they shouldn't be disturbed. And others believe it wasn't built by Shah Jahan and it's in fact a Hindu temple. And whatever is behind those sealed doors would prove that. But again, they're all just conspiracies and they won't be proved until they're opened. So unfortunately, we just have to keep on guessing. Now this next one popped up in one of my recent videos for a very different reason. So if you watch that, you may want to skip this part as it's about the mausoleum of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. Famous for its terracotta army, this huge mausoleum was constructed over 38 years, from 246 to 208 BC, and it took around 700,000 people to build it. It's absolutely gigantic, and still relatively unexplored, and the door to the Emperor's Chamber has never ever been opened. Now there are two reasons for this. The first reason is it's said to be too dangerous. Archaeologists believe it's booby-trapped with pressure-sensitive crossbows and lakes of mercury, and they basically believe opening the door could get someone killed. The second reason is preservation. Some previous archaeological finds in China have been damaged or even lost entirely because they lack the finances, the infrastructure, technology, and adequately trained personnel to protect and preserve those finds, and just basically the ability to record the data from the archaeological digs in a satisfactory manner. So yeah, this door hasn't been open for a very long time, but I guess it's safe to say it will be at some point in the near future, and I really look forward to reading about what they discover behind them. Everyone's heard of Egypt's Great Sphinx. People flock from all over the world to see it and pose for pictures next to it, and it's considered to be an incredible architectural feat from history, but not many people know it has a secret buried deep beneath it. Buried under the left foot of the Sphinx is a door to a chamber that has never been opened, and this chamber has been named the Hall of Records, as it's believed to house ancient documents, scrolls, and some say it even contains information about the lost continent of Atlantis. Truth is, no one really knows for sure, and some people believe this to be a myth, but seismic and geological surveys have confirmed it does actually exist. But what it contains has to be left to the imagination until the door is opened and we can find out for sure. But that's where the problem lies. It probably won't be open for a very long time. See, in the book Message of the Sphinx, Graham Hancock and Robert Borval state that the Egyptian government, together with American archaeologists, have continuously blocked any investigations around or underneath the Sphinx. And the reason given to everyone that has been blocked was simply, it's complicated.